You're on.
Today I want to talk about Neil Young's Words Between the Lines of Age. And I did a video on this already at my place of work, but I want to maybe have the biblical verses, the biblical parts that relate to this song at my fingertips here to explain it a little better. So, I'll read the song and then I'll go into the parable of the sower and the Samaritan woman at the well. Those are the two biblical parts that relate to this song, in my opinion. So, someone and someone were down by the pond, looking for something to plant in the lawn. Out in the fields they were turning the soil. I'm sitting here hoping this water will boil. When I look through the windows and out on the road, they're bringing me presents and saying hello. Singing words, words between the lines of age. Words, words between the lines of age. If I was a junk man selling you cars, washing your windows and shining your stars, thinking your mind was my own in a dream, what would you wonder and how would it seem? Living in castles a bit at a time, the king started laughing and talking in rhyme, singing words, words between the lines of age. Words, words between the lines of age. So, why do I think the parable of the sower is related to this song? Someone and someone were down by the pond looking for something to plant in the lawn. Out in the fields that were turning the soil, I'm sitting here hoping the water will boil. This water will boil. Okay. That's the key part of the song I want to look at. Okay, so my point is going to be, I'm going to read the parable of the sower, but my point is that looking for something to plant in the lawn. The planting in the lawn is it refers back to the parable of the sower. The planting the seed, and the seed stands for the word, right? The word of God, right? What's the name of the song? Words between the lines of age. So, the seed stands for the word of God, right? And they're planting the seed, right? Looking for something to plant in the lawn. Okay, so let's go to the parable of the sower. Some of you may be more familiar than others about this, but let's go to Mathew chapter 13, verse 1 through 23. I'm going to pick it up. Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon the stony places, where they had not much earth. And forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched. And because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground, and brought forth fruit, some an 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And when the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Esaias, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. I'm going to skip over to Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, when anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received the seed by the wayside. But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. He also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. But he that received the seed into good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit, and bringeth forth some an hundredfold, some 60, some 30. Okay, so someone and someone were down by the pond looking for something to plant in the lawn. Okay, my argument is, they're looking for something to plant. What are they looking for to plant in the lawn? They're looking for the word, right? They're planting the word, the seed, right? Out in the fields, they were turning the soil. Now, in some interpretations of the parable of the sower, the people that receive the word are like the different types of soil. Okay, they're by the wayside, or they're on the rocky soil, or they're by the thorn bushes, or they're in the good soil. Okay, so out in the fields, they were turning the soil. Is in my opinion another way to say they're turning the people. They're influencing the people. All right, something like that. Okay, so someone and someone were down by the pond. There's a good argument. Who's the someone and someone? There's a rationale to say that's the Father and the Son. Okay, the someone and someone, the Father and the Son. We're down by the pond looking for something to plant in the lawn. Okay, they're planting the seed. They're planting the word. Okay, now, when you understand that concept, that's something like the living water of the well. Remember the Samaritan woman at the well? Right? I'm going to read that. John 4, 1 to 42. Okay, but he starts talking about water here. The water that he's talking about is not water in the physical sense. It's the water. It's the living water that Jesus spoke of in the John 4, 1 to 42, with the Samaritan woman at the well. That's the water that I think is being referred to here. Sitting here hoping this water will boil. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so let's go to John 4, 1:42. A little bit of context. Alright. I did a video and I brought these things up, but I didn't read them out. There was a video where I was pouring the oil into the transmission of the flatbed tow truck. It's on YouTube. But I wanted to revisit this song, and let's go with John 4, 1-42. He must needs go through Samaria. Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus saith unto her, Give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Jesus answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. The woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us this well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. The woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. Jesus saith unto her, Go, call thy husband, and come hither. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast said well. Thou hast well said, I have no husband. For thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband. In that saidst thou truly. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Jesus saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The woman saith unto him, I know that Messiah cometh, which is called Christ. When he is come, he will tell us all things. Jesus saith unto her, I that speak unto thee am he. And upon this came his disciples, and marveled that he talked with the woman. Yet no man said, What seekest thou? Or why talkest thou with her? The woman then left her water pot, and went her way into the city, and saith to the men, Come, see a man which told me all things that I ever did. Is not this the Christ? When they went out of the city and came unto him, in the meanwhile his disciples prayed him, saying, Master, eat. But he said unto them, I have meat to eat that ye know not of. Therefore said the disciples one to another, Hath any man brought him aught to eat? Jesus saith unto them, My meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. Say not ye, There are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest? Behold, I say unto you, Lift up your eyes, and look at the fields, for they are white already to harvest. And he that reapeth receiveth wages, and gathereth fruit unto life eternal, that both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together. And herein the saying is true, one soweth and another reapeth. Alright, so anyway, I'm sitting here hoping this water will boil. I think this is a reference to the living water, the water that when you drink this water, you'll never be thirsty again. Okay, so someone and someone were down by the pond looking for something to plant in the lawn. Okay, so that has something to do with the parable of the sower. Out in the fields, they're returning the soil. Right? I'm sitting here hoping this water will boil. When I look through the windows and out on the road, they're bringing me presents and saying hello. Singing words, words between the lines of age. Words, words between the lines of age. If I was a junk man selling you cars, washing your windows and shining your stars, thinking your mind was my own in a dream, what would you wonder and how would it seem? Living in castles a bit at a time, the king started laughing and talking in rhyme. Okay, so in that other video that I did while we were filling the oil up into the flatbed, when I talk about this, the king started laughing and talking in rhyme. Remember Howard Cosell speaking of sports, right? So it doesn't mean that the king's words were rhyming. What it means is he's talking in rhyme. It's like Howard Cosell talking in sports, okay? Talking in rhyme. It's like he's talking in rhyme is a subject, and the subject I think has to do with song lyrics, believe it or not. Okay, talking in rhyme. Okay, the same thing. It also goes back to this singing words. I would define this singing words as more or less lyrics, singing words. That's like a way of saying lyrics, singing words between the lines of age. So we're talking about song lyrics, we're talking about, talking in rhyme, singing words between the lines of age. Couple clues as to what's going on in this song. But again, the two main Bible parts that are related are definitely the parable of the sower, and to some extent this the Samaritan woman at the well with the life-giving water, right? Hoping this water will boil. All right, couple clues, and that'll be it for today. But I wanted to get those Bible verses, the parts that I talked about in the other video, I didn't have, wasn't able to read the actual parts, the parable of the sower. So there it is. There it is, a little bit of a supplement to that last video. Okay, thank you very much. I'll try and have another video for you soon.